One of the ways to serve God is through serving the people through priesthood. The office is not of self-aggrandizement or self-adulation. It is an office that requires humility in all ways. This was according to the Primate Church of Nigeria and Bishop of Abuja Diocese, His Grace the Most Reverend Nicholas Okoh, at the service of licensing of lay readers, diaconate, priesthood, ordination, and the collation of Canon. ACNN News correspondent Nzubechi Frank tells the story.
The service of licensing of lay readers, diaconate priesthood ordination, and the collation of Canon held at the Cathedral Church of the Advent Life Camp, Abuja, and hosted by the Archbishop Metropolitan, Primate of all Nigeria and Bishop of Abuja Diocese, Anglican Communion, His Grace the Most Reverend Nicholas D. Okoh. Officiating at the service was the Bishop of Okoh Diocese, the Right Reverend David Bello, who was also the retreat leader. While preaching, admonished all those involved to stand for the truth, speak the truth, even as they are going into service for God.
And you must live the truth. And, of course, you will be persecuted. You are entering to a service of suffering. It has glory by the other side, I think. The service of suffering. For standing for truth, people will hate you. Don't seek popularity, don't seek fame. Remember, you're a servant leader.
The primate also, while in an interview, had these to say to them.
It is not an office for self-adulation or self-aggrandizement. The language is self-effacing and humility in every way. What you find in the church belongs to God, and you serve God through serving the people. They are not to oppress the people in any form, so that they will receive the blessing in the service.
Some of the celebrants took turns to share how they feel and what they think is expected of them.
Oh, you know, the Church of God is so big, all the work cannot be done by the priests and bishops alone. And I think it is getting increasingly more and more important for the lay people to assist in many ways, in whichever way possible. So I think in the lay ministry there is so much work for people. And I think more and more people should come into it so that we can help our priests to do even more.
We want to appreciate God. Now it's expected of me that I should do my job as a priest, no more as a deacon. There are some limitations when I was a deacon, but now those limitations have been lifted. Just like the primates and the Most Reverend Nicholas Okoh charged us to be good pastors, to be humble, to be submissive. I pray that the Lord will help me. And our retreat master, Bishop Bello, all the way from Okoh, also during retreat told us to discharge our duties faithfully.
I feel very great. All the same, I give God the praise for a special day like this. I really appreciate God for bringing us to this extent, and I pray that God will help me to assist my husband to do the ministry of God, because we have been called to serve him, and by the special grace of God we will serve him in good faith and will end very well.
The expectation is to fulfill destiny, touch lives, propagate the kingdom, depopulate hell, and that's the sole aim and the purpose of this work.
It's actually something I foresaw, but thank God that God has called him, and I believe that whoever God calls, he equips. So I'm just trusting God for the great work.
I want to congratulate them. What I would just say is that they should trust God and the assignment God has given to them in their various capacities, to know that God will equip them to do it, to remain focused on Him and do whatever assignment God has given them, without fear or favor.
And to the glory of God.
Dr. Sunday Madu, licensed lay reader.
Evangelist Jerry Marcus Peter and Evangelist Ebele Chukwuwankwo are now made deacons. Reverend Anozie Chinonso Nadozie, now ordained priest, while Reverend Yakubu collated Canon. In Abuja, Nzubechi Frank, reporting for ACNN News.